I found something in my Bible study today that just hit me like a brick wall. I'm going through the book of Romans with my kids, and I'm going to read Romans 5:19. For as by one man's disobedience many were made sinners, so also by one man's obedience many will be made righteous. This is speaking of Adam's sin and Jesus's death on the cross. In the first part of the verse, one man's disobedience, that's speaking of Adam, how he disobeyed God when God said, don't eat of the tree. And then when it says one man's obedience, that's speaking of Jesus. Now, I sat there and I'm like, obedience? What is he talking about? Well, Paul was referring to Luke 22, I believe it's verse 44. I'll write it specifically here. In Luke, it talks about how Jesus was praying in the Garden of Gethsemane, that God would let this cup pass from him and that he sweat blood. Fun fact, because I love looking into science-y stuff, when you can sweat blood if you are that anxious about something. Jesus was anxious about dying on the cross. Jesus's human side got crazy. Jesus felt anxiety, and yet he still died for us. When I talk about how much Jesus loved you, that's what I'm talking about. He had such great anxiety, such fear, and he still died for you. He still died for you, even though he was scared. It's something to think about. God bless.